What is up, guys? Jav here. How are we feeling today? Busy day ahead. Seasonal reveal and annual DLC reveal. How are we all doing? What's going on, demons, man? You can't download it just yet, no. I think we've got a little while before we can do that. But I thought it'd be a good opportunity. I've got a countdown for us so we can keep tabs. I've got a full screen mode as well. So when showtime is upon us, I'll go full screen, I'll mute myself, and we'll kick back and enjoy everything. My man, Bo, what's going on? Hey, Walking Sock, I love you too, man. Hey, how's my day been? A little bit stressful. I think content reveals and not knowing what's ahead is leading to a lot of that. But now the ball is rolling, I feel a little bit calmer. I've got you guys here. You got my back, so I appreciate that. What's going on, Luke? I see you. Bradley. Hawkin, what's up, man? So we got some D1. I thought it'd be good to go back over some of that old reveal footage and just have that playing out while we're chilling out. Reminisce, a bit of nostalgia, and get hyped, man. It's more than just a seasonal reveal today as far as we know, so there's lots of exciting stuff I'm sure Bungie have planned. I'm nervous as well, man. Nervous and excited because ultimately for the next year, this is what we're going to be playing pretty much, right? So big day. What's up, Paul? I hope it's going to blow our mind as well, Chris. I really do, man. Gorgeous man hype. Alex, you're back. What's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm hyped already, man. D1 is just... Part of me wishes I made content back in D1. That would have been lit, right? But can't change that. We are here. Looking forward is the only way. What do I want the exotic weapon type to be? Who knows, Bo? I think it'd be great to see some new, entirely new archetypes of weapons. Stuff we've not seen before. Go mad, go crazy. How's everyone been doing since the Almighty crashed? That was quite spectacular. It took a while to get going, right? But for 5 minutes or so, it was pretty lit. So I'm glad Bungie pulled it off. I'll be interested to see the data behind it, but that's just getting analytical on it. But I'm sure it won't be the last time we see a live event like that. I'm good, Alex. Thanks for asking, man. I'm hyped. This is the first time we're doing a reveal stream. We've already got 100 people in here. So you guys are kicking it off strong. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be fair. You guys are lit and awesome. What's going on, West? Happy new season pass day, right, Kyle? I see you, Nova. How are you? What's that? What's going on, Nicholas? Exotic grenades, right? That'd be pretty cool. Exotic class items when? You'll be back in an hour. Just in time, Benjamin. We'll see you in an hour, bro. I watched you event for 2 hours and missed the explosion. Bo! If I save my engrams till after the new season, will I get new stuff when I turn them in? If they're exotics, yes. Anything else? No. So if there's any new seasonal exotics, those engrams have a high chance of them dropping if you have a full collection already. But don't open them all on one character though, because if it's anything like last season, each character class will get a specific exotic per class. So one per character and you should be good. Season of the Arrivals. Season of Arrivals. It's an interesting name from what the leaks have said. But I've tried to stay clear of those and not make any content on leaks. I want any content I put out to be on credible sources, right? And that is basically from the horse's mouth. So unless Bungie say something, you're probably not going to see it on my channel, really. You did a half day in the studio for this? I hope it's worth it, Alex. Thanks, Dave. try and do what I can. Glad you enjoy it. Appreciate that. Playing some Titanfall 2. Whole thing waiting for the reveal. Titanfall 2 is one of the most underrated first-person shooters created. It was just launched at a really bad time. I mean, try and launch a new game between Call of Duty and Battlefield and it's not going to end well. But it is a great game. And it's very cheap as well. I mean, this is a Bungie reveal, but if it was the last couple of weeks of the season, then I would say jump into it for sure. Do we have to pay for Season 11? If you haven't got the Ultimate Edition and the Annual Pass, then you will do. So if you don't own the season, your first visit is to Tess over in the tower, I believe, or you'll need to get some silver to buy it from whichever store your platform is suitable for. I'm doing all right, Kieran. Nervous, excited. But you guys are here. We're chilling. So we're all good. Can I drop some vocals for you? We can turn it into an ASMR stream for the Destiny reveal. Or is that a bit too much? I think that's a bit far. We've been getting booted out of the game due to errors. There's a lot of error codes in the game right now, especially on PC. After the reveal stream, though, we will be wrapping things up pretty swift, just so I can update the game myself, jump in. And because we're going in so blind, I need to get my fingers in the pie so I can get some content out. I've got some stuff pretty well planned, so hopefully it shouldn't be too long after the stream ends that we should see some a video being produced today. What's up? I see you, Ali. You're gonna have to buy all the expansions when they come out. Yeah, seasonally is that FOMO thing. I hope they start addressing that in next year. They said they will, so that's all cool. Yes, Destiny ASMR. A bit far. Yeah, let's. That is our line, guys. We have found it. I'm glad we have found it. So we're good. Jarv, can you drop me some vocals? I'm the worst vocalist ever, Alex. For real. Is there a big download today? Yeah, they haven't said anything, Steve. Seasonally, they tend to be a bit smaller than obviously the annual stuff that we normally get. Depending on your platform, though, like if you're on PlayStation, it might take you longer to download it just because you've probably got to copy it back over because of how the download process works for that platform. Other than that, no real news on that front, my friend. I'm good, Corded Sneeze. How are you doing? You got the Whisper. Nice. Now you got to get the catalyst for that bad boy. We got to probably wait 2 hours for the update. I hope not, man. I hope we can jump straight in. Although saying that, once we got the update, it's really about how big the queue's going to be trying to get into the game, right? Form an orderly line. Social distancing. It'd probably take us longer to get in. I got that sweet voice, though. Smooth. 15-minute download, 3 hours copy, enough. Hit the nail on the head for sure. We're going for the outbreak now. Nice. Oh, yeah. Forsaken. I watched the reveal trailer for that earlier, and it's just remembering actually how big Forsaken was and how much it introduced to the game. It's crazy, to be honest. All right, Razza, we don't need none of that round here, my dude. Yeah, I imagine so, Nova. I imagine so. What D1 exotics would I expect to return this season? Yeah, they got a habit of that, haven't they? Reprise exotics. I mean, back in Season 8, Season of the Undying, there was that full render of No Time to Explain. So they could bring that back, which is a pulse rifle, which is also, you know, high impact pulses are seeing a buff this season anyway, so that sort of fits, I guess. So maybe that. And if you guys don't remember, that one was the one that returned rounds on critical hits, so it was pretty good for DPS, even though it was a primary weapon. So possibly that one. No time to explain. And if you bring that back, then you have to say then the Stranger's probably not that far either, which is exciting in itself, right? Because that's probably the biggest story arc that everyone wants to see complete. So yeah, they normally have an exotic available for free-to-play players. So if you're a new light player, so if there's a seasonal event, which this is the summer event, right? So you expect to see like Solstice or Moment of Triumphs or something of that nature, right? So when that event happens towards the end of the summer, sort of around July time, which is normally when it hits, then you expect to see some sort of exotic to go along with that. So Dreg's Promise. I thought they were going to return that. When they started returning other things like Lord of Wolves, I thought we were going to see Dreg's Promise, but so far it eludes us. Right, Doctor? Absolutely. And where the story is right now, she sort of fits a little bit. So it'd be interesting. Yeah, I get that, Steve. I share that sentiment. I mean, Luke spoke previously a little bit about, you know, trying to make it like a living world. So if there was like a Siva-based season, that would affect existing activities and playlists, things like Strikes, Gambit, and things like that for that season. And then obviously you have aspirational, we have rewards for those aspirational pieces of content. So they might go down that route, possibly. Especially if some of the destinations are going to be touched by some of the, you know, if they end up getting touched by some of the pyramid ships, then you could say things like the Pyramidion might see a bit of a, you know, an update and things like that. It'd be cool if they can update some of the strikes like Festering Core, Pyramidion, stuff that's like in and around sort of the outer skirts of the solar system on Nessus, Io, Titan even, which sort of makes sense because that's where the pyramid ships sort of are. Then I can see that. What do I think about the Trespasser? Probably one of the most forgotten exotics, but underrated as well. Oh, can you imagine if they bring back Ram? Twilight Garrison needs to come back. Titans just need some form of mobility outside, you know, line rampants. I don't know if they'll bring Bones back though. Stompies are pretty strong. Yeah, I agree, Jackie. I think it's going to be... The reason they can't and haven't been able to reveal it up until this point is because they're so closely linked. Which is cool. I dig that. You're going to equip Last Word and basically aimbot from the hip fire grip buff. Yeah, man. Last Word is going to be seriously strong, guys. Like, if you're on console or you just use a controller, even on PC, give it a whirl, because hip fire grip is going to be super strong. I've got an Erentil with hip fire grip, so I'm going to be giving that one a whirl. Yeah, I think it'll set up season 12. I think the season of the arrivals will feel their presence, and we'll probably see their presence in terms of ships, maybe in the sandbox, in the skybox, but I don't think we'll come face to face with our enemy of my enemy, right? I don't think we'll actually see that until season 12. Because they need to give us a reason for Eris and Drifter going to Europa. And maybe we'll find out today. Maybe we won't, but there's a few holes in this story that need to be filling, and hopefully today's the day for that. I did see that, Alex, yeah, through some of the stuff on the PlayStation Store, which is probably accurate, right? That's a Tuesday, so stoked, Ian. Same. Hyped. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Demons. How's that even going to drop? Like they say, it's a percentage drop, right, of what the legendary engram is, I think, or prime. But it needs to have either its own unique sound or color. They could do red engrams, I guess. Savathun on the back burner. They're drawing that one out, aren't they? Although she's closely linked to the Dreaming City, so I don't think we'll start seeing more of her, or her being the main part of the narrative when they start closing the story of the Dreaming City. Even if, that's if they choose to do that. They might not even close the story on the Dreaming City, but don't you get a free engram every season? I think you get... Yeah, they normally give you one, don't they? Like, to get going. And you can also pick up, like, the package from your premium pass, right? Which I've covered in previous videos. But if you're looking to power level, then whilst that gives you a nice boost to your XP for, like, your bounty grind, it won't actually provide you the most optimal way of increasing your power level if you're doing the power level grind, which are two separate things. But don't worry, I've got you guys covered on that front. Yeah, man, I hope they do something with Aldrin. He's not far away. He's in and around the EDZ somewhere, right? Hiding away. Not really sure why Guardians are, you know, aggressive towards him. Going in blind is definitely the best way. And to be fair, other than maybe a sniff of maybe a name, we don't really have much else, so... A lot of us are going as blind as we have. This is the most blind I've ever gone into a season. But that's not out of choice. That's because Bungie have actually kept it a nice watertight ship. And not a lot has got out, which is good. Did I go flawless? I didn't, Alex, no. Didn't get enough time to get some Trials cards together. But I'll probably spend a bit more time in Trials next season, especially when they introduce the new weekly bounty, right? Get that sweet reward for free wins, even if you don't win. So, yeah, he's somewhere in the EDZ hiding in some sort of crates, I guess. Yeah, Truds, I share that sentiment. Yeah, yeah. Probably the most blind since the D1 beta. Not knowing what to expect. So we are 40 minutes just under away. Like I say, I've got a full screen ready to go. So we'll transition over to this bad boy here when the stream starts. But for now, we are on the Be Right Back screen, which I've updated just to make it a bit easier for us. Yeah, Mike, I think there's a lot of the player base probably feels like that, to be honest, and I don't disagree. You know, not every season resonates with everyone. This season particularly, right, it's like Season of the Drifter, right, was heavily Gambit focused, and if you don't like Gambit, then you're just going to tap out, and you'll come back next season. And last season was heavily linked towards Trials being the main piece of content, so if you're not a PvP fan, there wasn't enough PvE content to keep you interested, so I don't blame you for that, and I think a lot of people probably felt like that last season, to be honest. So hopefully there's a better balance this season on what's to come, and hopefully that takes us into the fall really positively as well. It's not available yet, Shogun, no. We got a while actually before the update becomes available for download. Over an hour. Secret safe with me, Mike. You're good. Wow, we got 120 people in here. 63 likes. You guys are killing it with that. We got over 500 likes on that almighty stream. That stream was a marathon. But it didn't feel like it. When I came off, I was just buzzing. It was such a good energy that you guys gave. And, you know, to have nearly 1,000 people in here was incredible. And completely unexpected. I never expected to get as many viewers as that in a stream, but you guys never disappoint. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, we're hanging out for the first another 35 minutes, and then we'll head over. As soon as Bungie starts streaming, we'll switch over to that stream. We just got some of their older reveals and trailers playing out while we're having a chat. So if you're enjoying that, be sure to leave a like on this. That helps share it with more people and get some new faces in here. It helps grow the community further. And if you enjoy the content further still, then feel free to follow the channel and subscribe. And it's entirely free and is a great way to support me. Even being here, just being a viewer and lurking is a great way of supporting me. So thank you for everyone that's here, and thank you for everyone that chooses to like and subscribe to the channel moving forward. So it's going to be exciting, man. New season, future DLC. The next 6 months is going to be lit, I swear. We are super close to 30k now. We just burst through 27k, so 30k when? I know. I can't. No, that's there's only one guy, Tom, that can really do that intro. They didn't really give a time, Truds. I think it's like so they said servers will be unavailable at 6:45 UK time, and no one will be able to log in until 6. So within that 15-minute window, right? And trying to download it on Steam isn't the easiest thing either, right? Because you have to keep opening and closing Steam, which is a bit of a pain. Thanks, Shreddy. I appreciate that. I'm hyped, man. A whole new season. Like the last sort of couple of months has been a little bit of a transition period for me personally into doing this a bit full-time. Well, a bit full-time, completely full-time. So, yeah, to have a new season to get my teeth into is a perfect momentum going into the full DLC. So I hope you guys got your seatbelts on. So it's going to be a pretty crazy ride, I'm not going to lie. I hope they bring the Exo Stranger back. Elsie Bray. Now is the time to explain. Oh, Shogun, man, I appreciate that. I try and engage with you guys as much as possible because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be sat here if it wasn't for you guys even being here. So, you guys choosing to be here is amazing, and I'll engage with you guys as much as possible. And that's the same through the comment sections in the videos, right? Try my best to try and reply to as many comments as I can, even if YouTube tries to hold on to a lot of them for various reasons. So hopefully that's something that helps my channel stand out over others as well. So that's cool. The update will be live, Pete. It's not live right now, but if it does become live, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll let you know. Right, Tom? Soon. Faster, there will be a new artifact, yes. We have no idea what it is, though. Katakao, not at the moment. They haven't said anything about what the size is, and I imagine they won't until they release like the page for the season. Let me see, have they? Because Bungie.net's been undergoing maintenance in preparation, probably for some new pages going up today. But yeah, the new season page isn't up yet. Content, so YouTube is now my job. Never thought I'd ever say that, but YouTube is now my job. Thanks, Ian, man. The streams have been pretty lit, I'm not going to lie. Like, everyone asks, why stream on YouTube? Why not stream on Twitch? And it's like, well, this is where you guys are. Like, why would I stream on Twitch when you guys follow me on YouTube? And it's just finding the balance between doing the streams, and because they do take up a lot of time, but also producing the videos that you guys enjoy. And there's another reason why you follow the channel as well, right? So striking that balance is key for me. It always feels like there's not enough time in the day sometimes. Thanks, Corded Sneeze. That's good to hear, Kelly. I'm glad. There's nothing worse than commenting on a video and it just falling on deaf ears. And whilst, you guys will engage with each other and have conversation, as the content creator myself, it's important to be the lead. You need to lead that. Lead the conversation. And if you lead it in positively, like I like to try and do you know, I'll call out when there's shady stuff and I'm not happy about stuff. I've done that with Season of the Undying, but for the most part, keep it constructive, keep it positive, and it creates the environment that everyone's happy to chill in and enjoy content. So thank you very much, Shreddy. Yeah, I've got amazing support. My better half is an absolute rock and has helped make this happen. So the next 12 months is going to be a turning point for not just me but the channel. So we'll see where we can take it, and we're going to take it together. It's not, I can't do this on my own, so we'll do it together. Thanks, man. No worries, Misfits. Get some rest. Get some rest. Onwards and upwards. Exactly, Kelly. My favourite season, I would say Season of Dawn, unquestionably. Season of the Undying felt like it was just added on to Shadowkeep as a way of sort of driving some form of story in terms of being able to continue it. So it felt very light. If you took Undying on its own, I made a video on it. It's very light. Season of Dawn was fantastic, not just from a story perspective, but Sundial was pretty cool, pretty fun. Very, when you base something on like the Menagerie, which is a really fantastic mode, it's always going to be a win in my eyes. So being able to shower us in loot, and the roles and the weapons were cool. You know, the community puzzle was cool. Now those community puzzles are cool. When you have community tasks, you know, and set a number against it, I don't find those fun, because people don't really start getting engaged with that until you start getting towards the end of that number. But if you have a puzzle, you don't really know where the end is. So everyone sort of gets on board and gets involved, and it just feels more of a collaboration than just setting a number and asking everyone to achieve it. Because you saw like all the numbers this season for Winter's Lie, that everyone that's enjoys PvP were like, right, we'll just wait for the PvE players to go do it, which isn't really what it should be about. Everyone should be coming together to try and work something out, and that's what I liked about Season of Dawn, and having that puzzle, getting everyone together. 30 more minutes. Yeah, UK time. So 5 PM UK time, which is 9 AM Pacific. Someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. What if the Almighty crashed into Aldrin? Well, I mean, it probably crashed about 3 or 4 miles away from the tower, so anything's possible. It'd do us a second favour. I'm not, Pete, no. I've actually been enjoying the export streams, to be honest. I just main PC when I'm mostly creating content. It's just easier to record footage on the fly and drag it into the timeline. If I record it on Xbox, it takes a bit more time. There's more links in the chain. Yeah, rest in peace, Aldrin, right? There will be, Renato, there will be, but not just yet. 9 AM Pacific, cool. I was right. For once in my life. What are your guys' hopes? What are you guys hoping for? Seasonally and sort of full DLC, if we break this down. So we start off with the season. What's your sort of top 3 things that you want to see this season? What's going on, JBA? It came close, Zenos, didn't it? It came very close. Oh, Touch of Malice would be dope, Marshall, for sure. Update to Taraba. Yeah, we do need an update on Aldrin. Sparrow Racing. Yeah, this trailer's pretty fitting, right? I'd take Sparrow Racing. What's that, Pass Assault? A fight to save Titan. Yeah, something's definitely piqued the Darkness's interest on Europa, right? So SRL was underrated. It was the only way I could get a... oh, what power level was it now? Was it like a... I want to say 420. Or was it a 380 helmet or something? I can't remember. It was the only one of the only places I could get max power helmet was SRL. Yeah, I know, right, Doctor? I think there will only ever be load screens, to be honest. Deep Stone Crypt would be dope. I think that's on Enceladus, though. Unless Cade was throwing us off this whole time and it is on Europa. Yeah, spaceship combat would be amazing. Mate, if they had a live event that was like space combat, so you imagine like the Taken King, like the Taken War cutscene with Marasav, but you had that as a live event where you were there with your ship, that would be insane. Yeah, big maps for sure. I think, yeah, especially the Crucible maps. They are a bit small. New subclasses, new enemy. We definitely need a new enemy, and not just a updated version. New planet. I mean, I spoke about it a little bit in my Enceladus video. So Europa was part of the OG Destiny 1 concept art. So Destiny 1 was hell a long time ago, right? We're talking like 6-7 years. So Europa potentially has been in development for a very, very long time. Maybe even before the EDZ was developed, and that was originally supposed to be for D1. So if Europa potentially is either one of two things, it's either really big, fingers crossed, or they finished it a while ago and it won't be the only destination. But I don't think we'd get two entirely new. If they had two destinations, I think it'd be Europa, which they might have had for a while, and potentially something they reprise. But, you know, that's just me. But we'll probably only get one. But if we got two, that'd be amazing. The Deep Stone story that don't leave us massively hanging. New enemy to fight instead of reskins. Yeah, completely agree. More content on Titan. That planet needs some love, man. Well, it's not even a planet, it's a moon, but you get what I mean. K to return? Too soon, dude. Too soon. Deep Stone Crypt would be a cool secret mission. What's up, West? Welcome back. I finished my bunkers a long time ago. I burnt through all my wall mine bits. Venus. Venus is beautiful, man. Just looking at some of this footage and that just sort of takes you back. Some of it does and some of it doesn't. Like, if I could bring back one planet from D1, what would it be? You choose Mars if you want, because the one in D2 is totally different. Yeah, I prefer the Mars on D1, if I'm honest. Planet-wise, Venus is quite a nice option. I think with where we are in the solar system and where most of the attention is, something like the Dreadnought would be pretty awesome. If we got Europa and the Dreadnought, that'd be insane. Bring Savathun in with it. Oh, things would start popping off, wouldn't they? Yeah, I mean, I doubt it for sure, but you can dream. Yeah, I think it would make sense to not spread yourself too thin, because an ocean isn't really an ocean if it's only 1 inch deep, right? So depth is everything. I would substitute 2 destinations for 1 if it meant there was more depth to the game. 100%. Possibly with Enceladus. It's finding the true reason, the true core, you know, who's behind it all. Because obviously Clovis Bray have a massive part to play. I'm sure Rasputin probably does as well, right? So, because not every Exo becomes a Guardian, right? So they have to be chosen by the Traveler's Light. Bring back SRL for real, dude. Look at these old weapons, man. They're old and they're not old, right? Some of them are familiar. Like, look at that. Did you see that? That was not forgotten. There's Galahorn right there. Let's go, Ram. Let's go. Yeah, Oryx would be sick. Oryx is probably one of the best enemies that we've had in Destiny, full stop. What if Europa is just Savathun's War Moon? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? 20 minutes, guys. It's getting super close. We've got 150 in here, 83 likes. You guys are killer. Never fail to disappoint. I love you. No Land Beyond. The new season's probably about $10, which is around about £8 or £9. Yeah, one of the best raids too. My favorite exotics out all of them. Ooh. That's really tough. There's so many. More and more. Yeah, I mean, I think the Vex probably... The Vex are like war machines, aren't they? Anyway, aren't they? What's up, Warren? Dreg's Promise. Oh, no. Oh, what's my favourite exotic? Dude, that's such a hard question. Vex Mythoclast, yeah. Is there anything better than Galahorn? Well. Java and Houndish stream needed? Well, Houndish will be streaming. I have confidence he'll be streaming today at some point. We do streams together every now and again, Harry. He's a true gentleman and a friend of mine, so any time on stream together is much appreciated from him. Busy guy though, let's be honest. But he's a top lad. If I could bring back any one raid from D1, it'd be King's Fall. That raid is unquestionably, for me, my favourite. Just the feeling of walking into Oryx's throne room and looking up as he just appears in front of you. Oh look, it's Elsie Bray. See you soon. We got about 19 minutes until the stream starts, and then you can bet your bottom dollar we'll be heading straight over there. And I'll pipe up. You can enjoy it. We'll hang around maybe for a few minutes afterwards just to get people's thoughts. And then I'm just going to be jumping straight in with you guys. Well, like you guys, really. Downloading it and jumping in. Trying to get some content flowing. Both top lads. I appreciate that, Harry. Thank you. Plan C. Yeah, Plan C. Oh. I'm good, Zero. How are you? The live stream will be on in 18 minutes. So the timer is there for your reference. But it'll probably be up sooner, to be honest. Bungie like to do their little countdowns as well, which we have to respect. So, but as soon as it's there, I should get a reminder, and then we'll hop over. I'm already on their channel because we're walking through their playlist on their reveals and stuff. Right, Trads? I thought it'd be very... Oh, look. It's trying to give us hints. Look. It keeps showing us the Exo Stranger. No ideas just yet, Cades. No. They haven't said anything. Unless they've mentioned anything on Twitter. Let's have a quick look. Oh, let me tweet that we're live. We're live. Let's go. Let's retweet that. Attention, citizens of Twitch. Oh, okay, yeah, it's about intellectual property and trademarks. I think there's some music in the stream that I need to be careful about. Send tweet, right? I'm the worst at tweeting that I'm even live. But yeah, we there. Professional content creator apparently. So, what up, Black Arms? I see you. I hope to see more things to do, harder content, and just more exotics. Even if there are D1, I don't mind. And for the fall, I hope to see the ships appear in the DLC. Yeah, no, I think that's probably a fair breakdown. I think a lot of people probably share that a little bit. I was surprised to even walk on a ship in Shadowkeep, let alone find one on the moon. You know what I mean? Turning that corner and seeing one and then actually getting to go inside it. Didn't expect that. So expect the unexpected is all I'm going to say. It's their chance to surprise and delight, right? Because there's no expectations. People know nothing. What do I think the red glow is coming from Europa? Ooh. It's hard to say. I don't really know, Destroyer of Toast. I don't really know what to say. I mean, Europa by design has those cracks in it in IRL to a degree, although they're not red. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I would like to see Zer become a bigger character rather than just a guy who sells exotics, right? I mean, if we're getting closer to the 9, we're sort of around the Jovian planets of the solar system now. So if they start doing more 9-related content, then hopefully Zer could get involved, not just be an agent. He will have random roles. So this Friday's Zer video will be more important because the roles just won't be collection roles anymore. I hope he has more than just random roles though, because back in D1 he sold like weapon ornaments and things as packages. So if he brought those back, that'd be pretty sweet as well. Buy a weapon from him and get the ornament as well. I think that's probably a good win. The red glow is 5G Wi-Fi. Myth debunked. Siva. Siva's probably the most likely one. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, that shit was a terrifying twist. I didn't know what to expect. But when it sort of starts pulling you in, yeah, I was like, oh, hang on a sec. My favourite raid in all of Destiny. Poor. I mean, the Last Wish is incredible, but I think it's hard, isn't it? Because a lot of them you choose based on your own experiences and the memories that you've made as an individual. So, like for me personally, I've made so many friends and have so many memorable moments when it comes to like King's Fall, like I've said. So for me, I have a sentimental touch to that for those reasons. So I guess I'd have to put my my finger in that direction. What's yours though? What's your guys' favorite raids out of all of Destiny? So after the live event the other day, are we now in a new golden age? Not technically. No, it was more about the survival of humanity. A golden age is determined by the Traveller, which seems to have fallen asleep again. So wherever the Traveller touches seems to terraform the planet and they have a sort of a golden age. Vault of Glass, King's Fall, 10 out of 10. Yeah, they're all solid raids. That's good to hear, Captain. It can be a different experience solo for sure, so I'm glad you're still enjoying it. That's cool. Cheese the boxes solo on Crota. Soloing Crota is a good challenge. Yeah. Okay, so King's Fall is close to a lot of people. That's good to hear. Wrath of the Machine was dope. I remember going through that room with a massive cube in it going, guys, we do nothing in this room, but there's got to be more to this room than just real estate. There's so much real estate here. It doesn't make sense. And then give it a few days and Outbreak Perfected is in your hands. It's like, yep. That timed well, wasn't it? That aged well. Chances the speaker will show up this season. Oof. Contro. Yeah, I think he did die. And what is even more interesting is Zavala has his mask. The stranger again. Remember, she's not a guardian. She's not been blessed by the Traveler's Light, so she's an echo of some sort from... Do I think the Traveler will leave us? He can try... Well, I say he. It can try, but if it does try to leave, then Rasputin will unleash on it and force it to stay. And Rasputin's on our side at the moment, so all good. Sword solo. Sword solo is hard. Unless you're glad and you can do it with your feet. Or blindfolded. Possibly Kieran. I mean, a Touch of Malice is a fantastic weapon by design and technically as well, so... Yeah, the Fallen definitely need a bit of love, Kabir, for sure, right? Because they've sort of... there's not many houses of Fallen left. So the stranger is Elsie Bray, so technically, yes, they are related. Elsie Bray became an Exo, so... Rasputin shoots the Traveller again, right? What's up, biggies? I'm good, my man. How are you doing? Right, let me see if they started streaming yet. Check me out, front page. 200. Houndish is streaming. Good stuff. Alright, yeah, we got... Alright, cool. Perfect, we got in straight on the 10-minute. Right, so I'm going to take my countdown down. And we'll go by Bungie's, right? Let me turn my music down. And unmute this. Gosh. Cool. I think we're set, guys. Let me know what that volume's like. I can turn it up if you guys need to. What's up, Alan? This is for real, Archie. This is for real. We got nearly 200 people in here. Nearly 100 likes on the stream already. You guys are killer. Let's see where we can go with this one. Countdown hype truds, right? I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? Look at this. This is nostalgia to the max. Deej check-in hype, right? Adjust your volumes accordingly. Not just yet, Alex. Not just yet. I'm going to boot that up today, though, and make sure it's got the latest update for Destiny. So as soon as everything's received, because everything seems to be delayed when it comes to ordering stuff right now, then we'll be good to go. So I don't want software to be the reason that we can't do PS4. So I'm going to switch that on today to get the update. Catch you in a bit, Pete. Enjoy, my friend. Never played any of the DLC in Destiny 1. Wish I did. You can still go back and play it. I mean, that's the thing about D1 is as they added stuff, they didn't really take anything away in D1. D1 just kept growing, so you can still go back and enjoy it. I mean, now is probably not the time to do it with new season and all that, new DLCs. But if stuff gets quiet again, it's worth experiencing it. You'll never regret it. I will do, Alex. Oh wow, inside the studio.
It's certainly difficult to be away from all the folks that you work with day to day. You know, it's kind of like a family.
Ooh, let's turn this up.
This is a company that talks about its people first. It talks about values. It talks about really, really caring. That is true.
When you look at the number of things we were able to accomplish in a pretty short period of time, it's a testament to all the skills and passion at all levels of the company.
The first case of a new potentially deadly virus has been confirmed in the United States, and it's right in our own backyard.
Given the explosion of the COVID-19 virus in our state and globally, I will sign a statewide executive proclamation later today, temporarily shutting down restaurants, bars, entertainment, and recreational facilities.
Well, it really started for us back in February when we were starting to hear early stages about the global pandemic.
We went from first time I'd ever heard the phrase social distancing before to the entire studio working.
Let me know how that is, Mike. Hopefully that's better, dude.
It was scary. It was kind of chaotic, a lot of uncertainty.
We had to rise to this challenge and go from a studio all working in person day to day to working distributed all over the Puget Sound region. We developed a 5-phase plan driven by 5 priorities, and the top priority for us was employee safety. So very quickly it was developing a plan so we could get our employees working remotely and also ensuring that the day-to-day experience of playing Destiny was available for all of our players.
Is there anything confusing or unclear so far?
No, so far everything has been very clear.
Something that's very particular about Destiny is that we do work on Bungie machines to make sure that we keep certain aspects of Destiny secure. And so in order to do that, we had to look at provisioning up to 400 laptops, which was a huge number for us.
We have artists, we have designers.
This is really interesting to see, man.
Engineers, testers. There's so many different workflows that require specific technology.
It's done. The background here got a little microphone set up so that I can record some new stuff for Destiny.
What a legend.
The one getting burdened the most. Everybody who was working from home had basically one avenue that they understood, which was put in a ticket. And our queues just blew out of control.
Yeah, they nailed it, Truds.
Workload for a month is between 700 and 800 tickets. And in March, it was 1,400 tickets.
The IT team was incredible through this. I mean, it was one of those moments where a team that's, often behind the scenes suddenly came front and center.
Our guys, they're willing to stay all through the night, and not a complaint out of a single guy. I mean, it's the best team I've ever worked with, and I could not be prouder to stand by their sides.
You got it.
As we started to get in a position where we were operational day to day,
I agree, Zero, man.
Well, what can we do locally?
The Bungie Foundation has been really busy, hard at work, and we wanted to make sure that our families, especially the most vulnerable families in our community, would be able to be taken care of in that time.
So we asked ourselves, well, what can we do for kids in the area? So we actually partnered with Boys and Girls Club in the area to help provide food for kids who were no longer going to school.
They are serving about 500 meals per day. And at this point, since the middle of March, that actually equates to about 30,000 meals that they've provided for families in the Bellevue community.
I'll go full screen, actually. We'll go full screen now.
It's incredible stuff, but being able to use our infrastructure to support that. And then, of course, the huge effort with direct relief.
We partnered with Direct Relief, and we wanted to find a way to support those who have been probably some of the most hardest hit in this pandemic, which are our frontline healthcare workers. So we spun up a month-long fundraiser, and we set a goal of $700,000 to be raised in that period of time, and we've already reached our goal, which is really exciting.
What's up, Ruben? Thanks for joining. Enjoy the stream, guys. I'm
One
going
thing
to
that's really
down now.
become clear to me is how much we're all driven by that
2.5
mission
minutes
of
away,
we create
so
worlds that
minus
inspire
3 minutes,
friendship.
let's go.
And I think it also says something about how much everyone cares about each other here.
The fact that they are willing to put their money where their mouth is to support the quality of life of the individuals that work for the studio.
I think Bungie is amazing. I look at the situation that other people are in. People are getting laid off, can't pay their bills. Bungie's made this commitment to each one of us.
I want to say thank you to the entire studio because I had the great privilege to be part of this awesome team and this awesome company. And I can't say enough about that.
The thing that I've learned the most from this is doing the right thing and prioritizing people's health and well-being has a rippling effect. I think that we'll see that in the game, and I think we'll see that in the community for years to come.
That was incredible. Yeah, the art on the walls is insane. The work they've done to be able to mobilize a studio remotely is incredible and inspirational. We're just over 60 seconds away now, guys. Thanks for everyone that's sticking here to watch this with us. We'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards. Season of Arrivals, there you go. Confirmation, guys. Minus 60 seconds. But yeah, we're going to stick around for maybe 5 minutes after the stream just to let it all sink in, pick out the highlights. So I will catch you after the stream, guys. Enjoy, and I'll speak to you again after the stream.
I'm Mark Noseworthy. I'm the Destiny 2 General Manager.
I'm Luke Smith, and I'm the Destiny 2 Game Director.
Before we started the show today, we wanted to just acknowledge the circumstances and the unprecedented times we're in. This is not how we had planned this several months ago to talk about the future of Destiny 2 and reveal where we're headed with the team. This show's not how we planned it. We're building the game, not how we planned it, from our living rooms and basements and with our kids and our dogs and all sorts of stuff on our laps while we're trying to make this game.
Yeah, there's like an inherent weirdness to this. Even the weirdness of this is the first time I've seen you in person in the last probably 3 months, and I don't know if people know, but outside of the show that is work, those are actually pretty close. We hang out, we talk all the time. Our significant others are buddies, and so. It's super weird just to see you in person.
Yeah, not on a screen.
Yeah, not on this little Zoom screen on an iPad or something. It's just totally bizarre.
Yeah.
This is not how we envisioned this, and certainly our hope was that it would be more than just us two talking about this stuff. And over the course of the summer, a bunch more folks from the team are gonna talk about what we're up to and what we're gonna be up to.
Let's get the show started.
This is what I brought you here to see.
So, Luke, is it finally time to explain?
Listen, some jerk said that we were done with the Stranger's story, and as you get back into Destiny and you keep looking around and finding stones to uncover, a character who says that she's not forged in light, and where the two of you meet, ground can break, becomes a pretty interesting tool to leverage here in Destiny 2 Beyond Light and going forward. It is the beginning of a brand new era in Destiny 2. This fall, you're going to discover Europa, a brand new destination, and one of the first destinations we envisioned long ago when Destiny began. This is the birthplace of the Exo and the site of a newly active pyramid ship. As a player, you're going to face Eris, a fallen warrior wielding a brand new power born from a very ancient darkness.
Like you, Eris is a leader, but unlike you, she seeks revenge against the Traveler first, scattering her people's once great houses to the cosmic winds.
It's up to you to confront Eris and her growing empire on the frozen battlegrounds of Europa. And it's up to you to go beyond and discover long dormant secrets hidden beneath the surface in places lost to time, like
the Deep Stone Crypt.
Yes, there you go.
That one I
Lore
heard
Corner.
Of. That one I heard of, yeah.
Doing it. There's a lot more to Europa than you might imagine. And here's your first look at gameplay from Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
Where I come from, the Darkness won. I have witnessed this firsthand. I refuse to let it happen again. It's time the truth presented itself to you. Darkness resides within, beckoning you. This is a truth we cannot hide from, and so we must embrace it. The line between light and dark is so very thin. Let's cross it together. I will give these Guardians the destruction they crave.
Man, it's time to wield the darkness. We've been waiting. Destiny 2 Beyond Light ships to all currently supported platforms on September 22nd this year. And it kicks off a new era in Destiny where players will discover the true nature of the light and the dark. Not just walking the thin line between, but wielding the darkness itself as a weapon with stasis.
And we did just get like a very brief look at that today. And, you know, obviously we're going to end up showing more throughout the course of the summer. And the other thing is Stasis, this new power, isn't just going to be Guardian supers and abilities. It's a brand new damage type. So that means it's going to ultimately sit alongside Solar, Arc, and Void as the first new element we've introduced to the game since the original Destiny release way back in 2014.
This is a big deal. Like, it's a big deal to add this to the universe. Like, it changes everything.
And it's a lot of work. Today, yeah, you got a glimpse of this new power, and it's definitely the pursuit and acquisition and the player's ability to wield it is something that's going to be woven in through the narrative of the game. Like, the game is kind of a collision course between you and Eris, and we're going to show you a bunch more about Stasis later in the year.
Because though we're excited about what we're delivering this fall, we did say that Destiny 2 Beyond Light was the beginning of a new era.
What does that mean? Well, it means that we're thinking about Destiny beyond just any given year and thinking about it over time. And so we want to take a look into kind of the long future of Destiny. But when you want to look ahead, like we're about to do, it all starts back at the beginning.
We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever.
Eyes up, Guardian.
You must push back the darkness. Guardians are fighting on Earth and beyond. Join them.
6 of us went down into the pit. In the end, they all bowed before me. We have slain his brood. We have murdered his son. And now the Taken King comes for us all.
We thought we were indestructible.
We should have been there. Any last words? I'm coming home, Ace. So, this is to be a reckoning.
It sat in silence, watching us. It seems those responsible for our collapse are coming back.
We've been waiting. We are your salvation. The line between light and dark is so very thin. Side you're on.
A side should always be taken. Even if it's the wrong side.
We are building Destiny's future today, right inside of Destiny 2. It starts with Beyond Light coming this fall.
It's going to continue with the next major expansion, The Witch Queen, and Lightfall is going to kind of drive this all to a moment. These three releases represent this new era in Destiny. These eras began really in 2014 with that era of light where, players entered Destiny for the first time. They were resurrected, they went to the tower, they learned about the things the children were scared of, and we exited that era when we became Guardians.
We are now coming out of an era of loss of our powers, one of our mentors, our innocence, and soon we will be entering an era of darkness. And if it's not clear, we are all in on Destiny 2.
Last year, we laid out a vision for the game that we wanted to build the definitive action MMO, place it in an awesome evolving world that you can play anytime, anywhere with your friends. We are still completely committed to this ambitious vision, and we're going to continue reaching to deliver it in Destiny 2. And to be clear, listen, I'm sure over here in the Twitch chat, there's some mix of salt and space dad. We haven't gotten everything right out of the gate. For example, we've already begun working on changes that we're going to make to our seasonal model in year 4 to get a bunch of the FOMO that's in the game right now out of it. And this is a response not only to your feedback, but just, we took it in the wrong direction. You can lay that at me. We're also working on things like transmog, and that's going to be an experience that means armor is kind of always valuable to you because it can always represent a look for you to chase. And we've got a bunch of other improvements to the experience that we're working on. Things like the quest log's going to get another awesome revision. We've got small touches, a oft requested one. And I think when we started Beyond Light, this was one that I made to Mike Zach
getting a dark title screen back in Destiny so that the light white heat of the title screen doesn't light up your entire apartment at 2 a.m. So there are the small features, but then there's also some big features, and maybe one of the biggest is next generation support.
I think one of the most exciting things we're going to talk about is the game's going to run at 60 frames per second and 4K resolution on the new hardware.
We're also really happy to say that whatever content you already own or will own in Destiny 2 will come with you to your next generation console of choice at no extra charge. On PlayStation, you'll be able to upgrade to PlayStation 5 for free, and on Xbox, we will support smart delivery also for free. In plain English, this means if you own Destiny 2 expansion content on those platforms now or in the future, or by Beyond Light in September, you can keep playing on the same family consoles for free without buying the expansions again. We think that's going to be awesome. And you don't have to worry about busting up your friends list either, because we're going to support intergenerational crossplay within each console platform ecosystem as well. This means that if your brother's playing on PS4 and your sister's playing on PS5, all three of you can play together. And we're going to do the same thing in the Xbox ecosystem. This year we're focused on intergenerational play. Hopefully next year we can finally do the thing and get them all playing together in the same ecosystem.
Yes. So Shadowkeep was cool, and Shadowkeep brought back the moon and upgraded and enhanced it. And so we brought a destination out of the vault and, spruced it up, and that's where you got to play. We're not doing that with this fall's destination, Europa. It's a brand new place you've never been before. And both the Witch Queen and Lightfall are going to also include brand new, never before seen destinations. These expansions will stretch out across the timeline. That's going to bring much anticipated enemies to the forefront and hopefully deliver some twists, turns, drama that we don't think anyone's going to see coming.
But to deliver these big content beats each and every year and keep building on top of our seasonal experiences while making technological leaps forward, we also need to make some big changes to the way we treat some of our older legacy content.
The stuff that maybe is getting a little long in the tooth that you're not really looking at and playing anymore. You're not.
Destiny 2 is a huge game. We have 9 destinations, 40 story missions, 54 adventures, 42 lost sectors, 17 strikes, 31 PvP maps, 7 raids, and hundreds of game systems that layer on top of that. I could go on, and I probably screwed up one of those numbers. The fact is, the game is too large to efficiently update and maintain. We're on track to be like 115 gigabytes on PlayStation alone, and our updates to the game are huge, and we're starting to reach the limits of our ability to patch.
We don't want to start over from scratch and build a sequel. And in order to make a sequel, we would have to stop supporting Destiny 2. Like, it would effectively go dark.
We talk about a single evolving world, not multiple evolving worlds, but a single evolving world. And we don't want people to have to start over. We don't want to have that loss of continuity with our game systems and our communities and all the players together.
We don't want to put another number on the box. So instead, here's our plan. Each year, just as a new expansion comes out, we're going to cycle older, less actively played activity and destination content out of the live game and into what we're calling the Destiny Content Vault, the DCV. Moving content into this vault is going to allow us to add support for D2 for years, including Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and Lightfall. This vault is also going to allow us to take content from Destiny 1, do some work on it, get it ready to come back into the Destiny 2 ecosystem. So we're not just going to be taking stuff away, we're also going to be going into the classic vault and kind of bringing some stuff back or unvaulting activity and destination content each year.
Thinking about the greatest hits of Destiny, right? Like, what are the new tracks we can lay down? What's something from the past that was like pretty cool that could be made even better if it existed today? And what does that look like?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of awesome stuff that the team has built over the 6 years of making Destiny, and that Destiny 2 players totally have missed out on. Like, later this year, Destiny 1's Cosmodrome is coming back this fall as a selectable destination. Its 3 strikes are also going to come back during Season 12 and Season 13, and part of the awesome thing here is a bunch of players haven't played Sepix. Sepix was the strike from the beta way back in summer 2014. It is the oldest,
like the definitive original strike that we felt hit the right notes.
Yeah,
in Destiny 1, right? And we left all that behind when we made Destiny 2, and we're saying we don't want to do that again. Well, let's not do that again, but let's also reach into the past and bring it into the present.
There's a lot of great content in our past, and maybe this year we'll see a classic raid come back. I think it'd be pretty amazing this year to see the Vault of Glass kind of unvaulted and returned in front of players. I can imagine things like champion Praetorians instead of just regular Praetorians, and kind of updating it slightly to the modern context, but still preserving that classic feel.
This fall when the expansion comes out, not only are we going to be bringing back Cosmodrome and adding Europa, but we're going to look at some of that content that's been in the game for a long time, that's been free, that isn't actively played, and that's when some of that is going to be vaulted.
Well, after the show, we're going to have a much more in-depth article that you can read on our plans for vaulting content on Bungie.net and why we're taking this unprecedented approach and what it means for the game this year and for the game going forward. We're also going to be conducting a bunch of interviews to answer your big questions, and we will continue the conversation with coverage in our ongoing This Week at Bungie community conversations, as well as there will be a bunch of player support and DPS articles about this all summer long. You know, we've placed a bunch of bets on the Destiny Cosmic board, whether it's the Traveler waking up, whether it's the Stranger dissolving after telling you, you know, there's so much more to explore out there. And so we're going to start to bring a bunch of these threads home. And here's a look at the beginning of those threads coming home to roost this summer in Season of Arrivals.
The Almighty has been reduced to smoldering ashes, and with allies like Rasputin, who can stop us?
From Titan to Mercury, their shadow reaches.
Is their message a warning? A trick? We can't know until we hear their words for ourselves. You bring weapons. You will not need them. We offer only truth.
The darkness reached out, but something interferes. The witch sister of the taken king, Salvatori.
We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
Prepare yourself, Guardian. This battle is not over.
So that's the Season of Arrivals, and it starts any minute now at 10 a.m. Pacific.
So today, we looked at a bunch of stuff. We talked about the Destiny Content Vault. We looked into the past to see kind of how we got to where we are today. We looked into the far future with the Witch Queen and Lightfall. And we also talked about Beyond Light, which is the beginning of a new era in Destiny 2. And if pre-ordering's kind of your thing, like the pre-orders are going to go live today. Like if you're interested, there's some sweet bonuses, and you know that's kind of the summary of the show.
If you're excited about the start of Beyond Light and where we're headed, well, the Season of Arrivals, it's kind of like a prelude. You know, it's really setting up that story, and so we encourage you to get in and play.
There's one more thing I totally forgot. So today at 5 p.m. Pacific, we're going to launch a brand new dungeon called Prophecy. Prophecy is a dungeon that involves the Nine, and that's kind of like all I'm going to say about it, because there's a little bit of business to get to with it, and then we'll wrap. But it's got a brand new set of armor for you to chase. It's got some classic armor for you to chase. It's going to be at a really high power level, which means it's like a solid day's work plus a little bit of skill to summit that mountain.
It's free for all players.
It's free for all players. And we're going to show you a trailer in just a second. If you don't want to see anything from the dungeon, just click the little red X, or like get up and go make an omelet, and then come back, and the stream will be over, and you can play Season of Arrivals in Destiny 2. And I think that's the business side, right? We're like there, where we've handled everything.
I think it's the time to say thank you all for tuning in and giving us your time today, and just for playing Destiny and being part of this amazing community.
It has, and it will continue to be a journey. On behalf of everyone at Bungie, please, please, please stay safe out there, and, you know, we'll see you soon.
go. That's incredible, guys. There's a lot more there than I thought there was going to be, let's be honest. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shogun Ninja, again for the super chat. $5. That was before the stream started, but I didn't want to interrupt it. But oh my days, that dungeon looks insane. I better get my butt in the game. Oh man, yeah, Cosmodrome coming back. Didn't see that, although we did talk about it a little bit before the show about a reprise destination along with Europa, which they admitted they'd been developing for a long time. So we hit a few nails on the head with that one. Where do we even start, right? Oh my goodness. It's a perfect way to start a season, though. Dungeon, just go do it. It's insane. Vogue coming back, right, Steve? In a part of me wishes that, okay, if you want to make a reprised version of it, cool, but let us play the OG version as well. Let us choose OG or the reprised. Yeah, in Cellulus, it looks like they, yeah. Unless Cade is referring to something else, then. But yeah, Deep Stone Crypt is clearly on Europa. Cade had it wrong the whole time. 3 DLCs, guys! We didn't even just get 1 DLC today. It wasn't just Beyond Light. We got the Witch Queen and I can't even remember the last name. What was it? Lightfall? Oh my days. So that shows us another 3 years worth at least of Destiny 2 content. That takes us up to 2023. Dark Drinker is back. It looked like an OG sword. Yeah, I hope they bring that back for sure. Maybe, John, who knows? So the new season will be $10, probably. About £8 or £9. They haven't said about this, although we can pre-order it now, they said. I think they said Steam powered. Destiny 2. It's not on the Steam store just yet. What's the Exo Stranger's favourite colour? It's very important lore. I need to know, John. I don't even know. But I'm glad they're finally bringing her back and completing that story arc. And it's a pyramid that's awake. It's awoken. It's active. So the one on the moon is dormant. They're at capacity already? Is the update actually live already? Let's quit Steam, shall we? No worries, Alex, man. It's an absolute pleasure to stream for you guys. There was more there than I expected. I didn't expect to get 3 DLCs announced today. No update. No update for me just yet. Not starting until 5. Okay. We still need to download the update before then. What is going on with Steam? Alright. We'll leave that. Have they uploaded the new site on Bungie.net yet? Not just yet. Wow, that's pretty intense, guys. Cosmodrome. I wonder what... They're not just going to bring the Cosmodrome back and not do anything, right? So, be interested to see why it is we even need to go back there now. But that is pretty awesome. It looked really dope as well. Maybe the Almighty fell pretty close to it in there. Yeah, these are the struggles of trying to update on PC. No updates just yet. Okay, we'll give it nice home screen. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Trials. Yours just updated. You're on Xbox. Okay, dank. Well, I've got a video ready to go, guys. When do you want me to post this? Should I post this at 6 o'clock when we log in? What do you want to do? Just premiere it now. Oh, can I change it to a premiere? Let me have a look. Unlist. Oh, I can. I can just set it as an instant premiere. Dank. I didn't even know I could do that. Just premiere it now. It's out in 20 minutes. All right. I don't really want to launch this before the season starts because it doesn't really make sense if I do that, just because of the content in the video. Like, it's not NDA'd or anything like that, but yeah. What I'll do, guys, the video's like, it's like an 8-minute video. I don't like stringing them out to 10 minutes. I'm not really that guy. But what I'll do is at 10:02, so in like 8 minutes or so, we'll chat for a bit. Then I'll do an instant premiere. We'll jump over to that, and we can watch the video together. No, I'm not NDA'd, Zero. No, there's nothing in it that's NDA, but it's it won't make sense to release it when the season's not even available to people. So you won't be able to act on any of the information in it. So yeah, but nevertheless, mainly, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? So. Yeah, man, I was up late last night making this video for you guys, so you'll have some content to watch. Jump into the season. Do it. All right, we'll do it. Should we do it? Instant premiere. Let's go. All right, guys, that's the link. I'll see you over there. The patch should be available to download now. Yes, it should be available to download. But what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here while we jump into the premiere. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get the patch downloaded and jump into the season as soon as possible. But keep being awesome, guys. Be sure to hit the like on the way out and drop a subscribe and a follow on the channel if you want to keep up to date with daily Destiny content. I'll keep it coming your way. But thanks as always, guys, and I'll catch you in the premiere in a moment.